everyone. In this video we are going to discuss Python variable and Python data types and also how to convert one data type to another. So welcome to Python series. So in this video, in this module, we are going to completely discuss about how to start with Python for data analysis. Then after completing the basics of Python, then we are going for libraries like NumPy, Pandas, and how to do visualization in Python. We are going to see everything in this module. So first thing is, what is meant by Python variable? So first step, what is meant by variable? For example, if I want to store some value, I can use variable. Let's say I am storing a value of India in a variable called A. So automatically, whenever I am calling A, automatically I will get the term India. Guys, I hope you understood. Variable assignment is nothing but I am assigning some variable to the value of India. Sir, is it possible to assign only the text? No. We can also assign the numbers like 98, 89. If I print A, automatically I will get whatever the value I assign to it, I will get a value when I am calling a variable of A. So this is the way of assigning the variable to any values. So next, sir, is it possible to assign multiple value at the same time? Yes, we can assign. For example, A equal to B equal to C equal to 56. So what will happen is whenever you are calling this, automatically you will get 56 in all the three variables A, B and C. We are assigning multiple. So what we are doing, multiple variable assignment, right? We are assigning the multiple variables to the same value. So now whenever, even though if you're calling A, B, C, you will get the same output. So next is, what we are going to do is it possible to assign multiple values A comma B comma C? So I'm giving a different values like 10, 23 and 34. Here whenever I'm calling A, I will get 12. If I call B, I will get 33. If I call C, I will get 34. So based on the values, I will get 12, 23 and 34. So this is the way of assigning multiple values to the variable. Okay sir, what are the rules to be followed while assigning the variable? For example, we have assigned, so can I use any name while assigning the variable? No. So there is a rules to be followed while assigning the variable. So what are the rules is, you can't use a number to assign the variable. For example, I'm assigning the word India to 123. So whenever you are calling 123, so it's not a right way because we can't use variable to assign. We can't use number to assign the variable. So next step is, you can't use any special characters. For example, I'm using my country at 123. I'm trying to use my country at as India. I'm trying to store this India to my country at. So it will throw error because the special characters will be not allowed while you're assigning the variable. Okay, what are the other things need to be followed? So is it possible to use the combination of digits and letters? Yes. For example, my country 123, it is allowed because it is a combination of letters and digits, but only digit is not possible to assign variables. So next is what? So no special characters will be allowed. So for example, if I want to give space, if I want to mention something, what can I do? For example, my space country equal to India, definitely it is not allowing me to, because the space is not allowed in variable assignment. So how can I overcome this? So only one possibility is, we can use a special character of underscore. My underscore country equal to India. So we can't use like numbers, digits, in terms like we can't use digits to assign variable. Next, we can't use any special character. Only one special character that is allowed is underscore. We can use only one special character, which is underscore. Next step is, you can't give space while assigning the variable. Now you can use a combination of letter followed by digits, but you can't use this combination, like starting with the letters is not possible. Let's say if I use this, it will throw me an error because you can't use digits in front. I hope you understood. So you can use letters first and then you can use the combination of digits, but you can't use digits at the first. So the important thing to be remember while assigning the variable is, first thing, you can't use digits alone, right? Next is, you can't use any special characters. Then third thing is, you can't give space. And fourth thing is, you can't start your variable with digits, correct? Now letters followed by digits is allowed, and also if special character only, underscore is allowed while assigning the variable. So these are the steps to be followed while assigning the variable. Very simple and straightforward, guys. So for example, here I assign my country as India. So whenever you are calling my country, automatically it will give India, correct? So next step is variable reassignment. So what is my variable reassignment? For example, I'm just giving A as India and B as Pakistan. Now I'm making A is equal to B. Now I'm giving B is equal to, so like I'm just printing both A and B. So what is happening is, so I'm getting Pakistan for both A and B. So how I declared India in A, I declared Pakistan in B. Now how this two variable is giving me the same answer as Pakistan and Pakistan. Now what is happening in the third line is, you are assigning B to A. That means whatever the value in B will be assigned to A. Now the B is having Pakistan in it. The value of B will be written to A. This is assigned to A. A now will react to Pakistan. So whenever you are calling A, which will already assigned by B, it will call the value stored in B as Pakistan. It is very simple and straightforward. I hope you understood the three things. One, very simple, we have seen variable assignment, which is nothing but assigning some variable to the values. So it can be number, it can be a string, it can be anything. You can assign a variable. You want to very conscious about certain rules to be followed while assigning the variable. So these are the steps we have also seen. To assign variable, you want to few criteria need to be followed and conditions need to be followed. And last we have seen variable reassignment. That means once you assign some variable, you can reassign. You can overwrite by reassigning it. This is called variable reassignment. I hope you understood how to do a variable assignment and reassignment. Next, we are going to discuss data types in Python. Okay, sir. What are the data types in Python? Data types in Python we are going to discuss. So what are the data types that I'm having in Python? So first thing is, there is multiple data types we have. If you see here, you're able to see number, strings and boolean. So the data type is numbers, next is string, next is boolean. So first, coming to the number, so what are the thing we have is, we have integer and float. So what is my integer and what is my float? So let me take an example. If I have a number of a is equal to -100, so I know that it is a number, but I want to check whether the machine understanding it properly or not. So what I will do is, I will just check type of a. So what type it is giving? It is giving me that the 100 is an integer. So I'm trying to change this negative to positive. Now I'm checking what is this type. So now it is converting this into an integer. So now very simple, whatever the number I am passing, I am checking for the type. It is giving me it is an integer. Okay, so number, we have said number, there is two data types. One is int, float. Now what we are doing, so and also we can go for a complex. Okay, so now integer is fine. Next I am executing one more line. So now I am having a as -12.67, so which is holding decimal values. Now I am checking the type of it, type of a, which is giving me a float. So whenever it's coming to a decimal points, automatically the type of it will be changed to integer to float. So even though it have a one decimal point, the data type will be always a float. So integer, float. Now what is my complex number? Complex number will have one real part and one imaginary part. For example, if I have 4 plus 6j, this 4 is a real part and 6j is the imaginary part. If I am checking for the type of this a, which is giving me a complex number, this a is a complex number. I hope you understood integer, float, complex. These are the number data type available in Python. So what are the next thing we are going to see? What are the strings in Python? So now I'm going to look into the string. So string is nothing but it is only and straightforward. A is equal to, I'm giving India. So now I'm checking for the type of A. automatically it is giving me string. So very simple. String is always mentioned in double quotes or a single quotes. So you can also use single quote for this. So if you're checking for the type, it is giving me what? It is a string. So string means nothing but this is the character. That's why it's marking as a string. Now next thing is, so number done, string done. Now we are checking for boolean. So boolean we already know, which is giving a result as true or false. For example, I'm checking for a is equal to true. If I'm checking for the type of a, automatically it is giving me the type is boolean. So what is my boolean? Whenever it is giving the answers in true or false. For example, if I'm declaring a as 50, I'm checking for whether this a is greater than 25. So I know yes or no, but machine is saying as true or false. What always the answer given by the machine will be in boolean. That means either it is true or false whenever you are passing any condition. I hope you understood the integer, float, complex, string and boolean. So these are the common data types and very important data types that we will use in Python in all the modules. I hope you understood the data types of Python. So next, sir, is it possible to convert one data type to another? That is called data type conversion. What we're going to see here, guys? Data type conversion. Is it possible to convert one data type to another? Yes, we can do that. Now we are going to convert all the data types from rest of the things to float. For example, I'm having integer as 10. I'm converting this to float of 10. So what is happening? Yes, I able to convert a integer into a float. Is it possible to convert a string into a float? Yes. If I have a string, a 10 in the string, now this is a string. I hope you know. If I check the type of a, which is going to give me a string, correct? Now, is it possible to convert this into a float? Yes. Float of a, automatically it is giving me the answer. It's converting the string to float. Is it possible to convert boolean into float? Yes. If I have a as true, I'm checking a float of a, which is giving me 1.0. So now we converted integer into float, string into float, and then boolean into a float. So what is the next step, sir? We converted the float. Next, we are going to convert everything into integer. For example, I'm having 34.56. Now I'm trying to convert this into an int of a, so which is giving me. So now this is here I'm marking as. So we converting into a string integer. Sorry. So now we done this. It's converted into integer. So next we are trying with string. Let's say the 23, and so only we can convert a number string into a integer, because text is not possible to convert that into an integer. Int of a, automatically it is giving me the int answer. As usual, boolean. Example, if I'm marking this as a true, if I'm converting that to int of a, automatically it's giving me 1 or 0. I hope you understood how to convert all the remaining data types into flow, all the remaining type into an integer. Now we will check how to convert into a string. Now string conversions. Let's say it's very simple. I'm having integer of 8, so I'm just converting into string of a. So it's converted into a string. Even though if you're passing 8.5, now again we are able to convert. Even though you are passing boolean, that also able to convert into a string. So this is a string conversions we are able to do. Now boolean conversion. So boolean is nothing but, if I'm passing a as 87, now I'm converting this boolean of a. What is happening, guys? It's converting the 78 into a boolean true. So why it's giving true? Apart from 0, any other value it will give a result as true. For example, if I pass a as 0, it will give false, even though if I'm giving -1, which is going to give me the answer as true. So very simple. What are the data types we have seen now? One is integer, float, complex, string. Next is boolean. Boolean is nothing but it will give a result as true or false. Next is type conversions. We converted from one data type to another. Yes, am I right? And also string conversions and also boolean conversions. So now what are the things we have seen in this is number, strings, boolean, and the data type and its type conversions, and also Python variable that is available, how to assign a variable in Python and how to reassign the variables in Python. This is very important. So we will see the remaining things in the upcoming videos. Thanks for watching this video. Thanks everyone.